happy Wind Down Wednesday. I am Brianna Alexis. If you're new here, thanks for tuning in. And if you are not, hello, welcome back to another week. How have you been? I've been doing great. Last we spoke, we were prepping for Christmas and the holidays. This week was Christmas. It was also my birthday. Just turned 27. Cheers. Give it up, give it up, give it up for me. We're going to get all into how I'm feeling, how Christmas went, all that good stuff. But first, if you don't already have your glass of wine, I'm going to give you a second to go get you a glass of wine as I talk about the wine that I'm drinking today. First things first, as you guys can hear and see, I'm way better. I'm not sick anymore. So I did got my glass of wine today. And I switched it up a little bit for you guys. I know you guys have been used to me drinking all the red wine, but today got us some white wine, you guys. This was actually a birthday gift. And so we're drinking Moscato today. Now, it's a very sweet wine if you're not familiar with Moscato. This Moscato is by the brand what is it? I don't know what this brand is by. I'll insert the picture of it in the screen, or I'll probably just put it in the description or something. But I do know it's a sweet white wine, and it has tastes of peach, mango, and honey. Is the flavor. It is 5.5% alcohol, so if you're not really like a drinking person and you just like sweet, definitely recommend something like this because it won't do nothing to you and it basically tastes like juice. I just put some strawberries in here today because I don't know, I was feeling a little fancy and I was like, let's put some strawberries in here. So I put some strawberries in mine. But yeah, I already know what it tastes like because I was drinking this last night. But for the sake of drinking it with you guys, let's do a taste test. I'll let you guys know exactly what it tastes like. Oh my goodness. The strawberries in here hit a little bit different from what it was hitting like last night. Hold on, y'all. I gotta go back for seconds. Really good. It's really, really sweet. Honestly, it doesn't really taste like anything specific. It just tastes like really sweet and like juice to me. It honestly probably tastes like almost like an apple juice, but not really. It is sparkling, so you get a little bit like that sizzle or whatever. But yeah, it just tastes like juice, yeah. It's really, really sweet, really good. If you don't like bitter wine and you want something sweet, this is it. You're supposed to pair here with like dessert, so it's really good with any type of dessert. Okay, but now that you guys got your glass of wine or whatever beverage of choice, and we've already done our taste test, cheers. Let's get into today's video. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I need this Wind Down Wednesday because for the last couple of days I've been feeling like very antsy. I don't know why, because I'm not really like a hyper person, but these last couple of days I've been feeling very antsy, very, very, very just like on the go. And I've been wanting to just like sit down and like woosah. But I just haven't had the opportunity to do so. So I'm really glad that I'm sitting down here doing this Wind Down Wednesday because I feel like I actually need it. I actually need to just like decompress, just chill out for a little bit, reflect, take a deep breath in, and just calm down. So I'm happy for this week's Wednesday. First things first, let's talk about Christmas. Christmas just passed. It was just my birthday. I just turned 27 years old. Let me tell you guys, when I woke up on Monday morning, I don't know, I felt like 27. I don't know how better to describe it, but like it gave grown. Like I just felt like more mature, more grown. I mean, I'm already kind of mature for a little bit mature, I would say, for my age anyway. But like, I don't know, I just felt grown, I felt mature, I felt older, but in a good way. Like, it felt really good. Like, I felt like, yes, like just I'm 27 is what it was given. It yeah, Christmas itself, it was pretty good, or my birthday itself, it was pretty good. My mother threw me a surprise party the night before on Christmas Eve with just like us and my cousins, really really small. But like she cooked and caught herself trying to send me on blank errands just so that she can get the house together, decorated, and like invite people over and have me walk in and say surprise. But y'all, I don't know. People can't really surprise me that well because I ask too many questions naturally. So like I kind of already felt like something was going on that day. Like I was at home all day, chilling, minding my business, enjoying being in my house, and all of a sudden my mom comes in the house and then she has all these errands that she wants me to do, but she just came from outside where she could have done all the errands herself before she came in the house. So I already kind of knew something was like, something was up. But you know, it was still cute or whatever. She probably gonna watch this video and she's probably gonna be like, girl, you didn't even come to the party. Because I left the party early, y'all. I went to bed. But that's just because I was just really tired. But I really did appreciate the gesture, and like appreciate like all that she done for me. And you know, believe it or not, I did enjoy it. The little bit of the party that I was at. But the next day, on actual Christmas Day, we got up, opened presents, whatever, and she cooked and stuff. And again, just like spending time with each other, family stuff, that I really enjoyed. I'm not gonna lie to you, Christmas, I don't know, I really enjoyed myself. I feel like I had a really good Christmas and a really good birthday. It was not much at all, but like, if you know me, you know less is way more to me and it means a lot more to me. So like, it literally does not have to be the most and I will absolutely love it. I feel like when it is the most, that's when I get a little bit like annoyed and overwhelmed and stuff, but just the littlest things makes me so happy. And so I think Christmas for me, it was not a whole lot. It was very small, very intimate, but like it felt like a whole lot. I actually really enjoyed myself. Like I was extremely happy on Christmas Day, on my birthday, and it was all just good vibes. I did like a quick little get ready with me where I was doing my makeup for the day, and I was just talking about how I don't know, this year I'm just very like turning 27. It just feels like it's gonna be a good year. I'm proud of the person that I have become or that I'm becoming and that I am so far. When I reflect back on like last year for my birthday, I was like not in the best mood. I was not happy. I was not excited for my birthday. And I just felt like what's the best way I could say it? I just felt like I just was not doing enough and I was not where I was supposed to be. But like here we are 365 days later. Well, maybe not exactly 365 days later because, well, no, that's a year. Oh my goodness. Don't mind me, y'all. I just sound crazy just now. But yeah, here we are a whole year later and it's like a whole 180, y'all. Like, I couldn't be more happier. Even though there's probably still like a lot more that I would like at this moment or where I would like to see myself. Like, I'm very like, not content, but I'm just at peace with where I am right now. And I have a lot of hope and faith that so much more is about to come my way. And so I'm just genuinely happy. I'm proud of myself and the person that I've become because, baby, I just feel like a whole new person. Like, whole new person. Let me take a sip before I get into it. But, yeah, like, I just feel like a completely new person at 27 years old, you guys. Like, I remember I used to be someone who was like very shy. I'm not even gonna say was because these are still parts of me, but I've just um evolved and improved and got better. But like I was like a very shy person. I still just said was. I am very shy. I used to have difficulties with like expressing my feelings and being like vulnerable. I was someone who literally stuck to myself, kept everything hidden inside, like didn't talk to anybody about anything. Extremely hard on myself. Always chasing after some type of accomplishment or something. And oh, I was very sensitive. Y'all, I used to cry about everything. I was like a little crybaby. Like, I used to cry about everything. I don't know. I just was just someone who was just very like timid and just like stayed to myself, being vulnerable, being expressive, none of that. To now being someone who has improved so much on like vulnerability, like y'all. I'm sitting here making videos, talking to myself in the camera, making videos and posting it for the world to see. I would have never done that before. Like, I can barely even talk to my parents about anything. Barely could talk to my friends about anything. And here I am making whole 30, 40-minute videos to post to the world, to a whole bunch of people that I don't even know. Like, that just is mind blowing to me. Like, was not confident. I'm so much more confident now. And I don't know, I just feel like I just grown a lot. I'm proud of myself. I never used to even be able to say that I was proud of myself because I never used to like compliment myself or like hype myself up or just acknowledge myself because I just feel like the things that I do is like the stuff that I should be doing. So it's like I never used to feel like I needed the acknowledgement, but the fact that I can acknowledge myself now and I can accept acknowledgement and compliments and stuff from other people, I just like proud of me. Little me right now, girl, I just know you're like probably so like you can never have imagined being this person that you are now, but we made it, little me. We made it. I don't know, I'm just so just excited, just happy, just proud of where I'm at 27. Even though it may not be a whole lot, but it is a whole lot to me. And so yeah, that leads me to like I said a little bit earlier, like I'm just excited for this year, this new year, what's to come. Like I just have a good feeling that again, like everything is about to just come my way. That I'm gonna have like a really good year. 27 is gonna be really good to me. I feel like this year and like just being 26 was a preparation year for me. I feel like I learned so much this year, y'all. So much. I just feel like I learned so much this year, and it was like the stuff that I learned was in preparation for something that I'm about to receive. It's what I truly believe. And so now that I've taken a year and I've like learned and prepared myself, I don't know, I just feel ready for whatever's gonna happen, whatever's coming my way, whatever the new year brings, good or bad. Like I genuinely just feel like ready for it, like prepared for it. And so I'm pretty excited to see what this new year brings. I feel like it's gonna be good, but I'm excited. That's where I'm at like mentally right now. is how I'm feeling mentally. You were to ask me like, how are you? What's on your mind? How you feeling? How you been? Like, that's my little life update. That's my mood. That's how I'm feeling this year. But anywho, this week's topic, or what I wanted to talk about tonight, kind of relates to like what I was just talking about like how proud of myself and where I've come. But was it last week? The other day, I had a conversation with one of my close friends. I know she's gonna watch this video too, so when she does, girl, you inspired today's topic. But we were talking, and we were talking about like just like some things in our past, and just like not really reminiscing on stuff, but just talk about like things that happened to us in our past and stuff like that. And when my friend was sharing like some of her stuff, I'm really good. I'm like a very optimistic person. Anybody who knows me, if you're anybody who, you don't have to know me. If you ever try to or talking to me about something that could be like bad, sad, or make you in a mood, or whatever the case may be, talk to me about anything. I am always going to find some type of positive to come out of whatever it is that you're talking to me about. Whatever it is that you're sharing with me, especially if it's like bad or sad or something, I'm always going to try to find the positive. I'm the person who looks on the brighter side of things. I won't even say I look on the brighter side of things. I think I'm just someone who looks at every possible option, or every possible like option or outcome out of any type of situation or topic. And out of all of the outcomes or the options that are to come out of whatever the scenario is or the topic is or whatever the case is, like I'm always going to look at the brighter option, the best, the more positive outcome or option. And so my friend was talking about her past, and I was like just telling her, but like be thankful, or I was like, look at the brighter side of things. Like, at least this didn't happen, or at least you should be happy that you did go through XYZ, because had you not gone through XYZ, you wouldn't be where you are today or whatever. And it just got me to thinking, like, even when we got off the phone, like, I was like, let me take my own advice. And I started thinking about just like everything that I've been through up until currently. And of course, I went down all the possible outcomes, and I just pulled out all the positives from the outcome. And I just felt very like grateful and thankful of all of my bad times, because again, I was able to find some type of positive outcome from those bad times. So in summary, like today's topic is going to be about like finding the beauty during the bad times, because I think it's so important to do so. Like the other day, was it the other day or was it just yesterday? Oh my god, no, this was Sunday for church. Hold on. There was a quote that came from the sermon, and it actually relates directly to what I'm about to say. So one of the things that came from like my sermon that I watched on Sunday, one of like the notes that I wrote down was, every catastrophe is an opportunity if you handle it right. Don't pray for the opportunity, pray for how to handle it. So basically, like I just said, every like bad time or bad experience that you have, you can find a positive out of that. And so I just started reflecting about like just all the times throughout life that I would consider my bad time. I'm gonna share a little bit with you guys so that you guys can like get a better idea of how I was able to like find the better outcome of it and appreciate it, and hopefully encourage you guys all to do the same to your lives. Every bad moment or time, season that you feel like you've been through, take the moment, the time to like reflect on it and be almost, yeah, just be appreciative of it, because I'm pretty sure you're doing a lot better now than what you were before. Or I would hope so. I won't say I'm pretty sure, but I would hope so. Hope that you're doing a lot better. Even if it's not your better, it's better than what was happening at that time. So be appreciative of that. Um, but yeah, when I think about some of the bad times, I would think, never really think I have like a whole lot of bad times. Maybe like three. There's been like three major like seasons that I feel like I've gone through that I'm just still appreciative of. I may have been appreciative of it in the moment during the season because I couldn't see the beauty in it then. But being on the outside of it, looking in, I now see the beauty of it. And the first thing I want to talk about is Mike. When I was in middle school, yes, when my parents split up. So they weren't married, but they were together for a very long time and they split up. And in that time, during that season, I feel like it was just horrible for us. Because to me, it felt like my dad left us, the family, and that's like in itself how I feel about the whole situation. That could be a whole nother topic. Y'all will discuss that later, but or maybe not. I don't know if I feel like it, but basically, that's how I felt about it. I just felt like he left us, and when he left, I felt like he left to continue the lifestyle that we had. So just to give you a little bit of reference, like I feel like as a family, like we were never rich in our family, but we were well off, like doing better than like most in our family. Like we were the family within our family that everybody wanted to come to our house or come do stuff with us. Like we were always doing stuff. We were always traveling. Me and my sister, we always got whatever we wanted. We didn't always get what we wanted when we wanted it, but it was one of those things where like if we wanted something, there was like not a doubt or question that we were not gonna get it. It was just a matter of when we were gonna get it. Now, with that being said, we still were always taught to like be grateful and thankful for everything and to be humble. So like we're not like we were spoiled, but we didn't act spoiled. Like I didn't recognize I was spoiled until people started telling me I was spoiled because they see like how I get, but I didn't consider myself or think that I was spoiled. So we were just that type of people. We were doing pretty well for ourselves. At least that's what it seemed like, me being a kid. Like if we weren't doing well, I couldn't tell or I wouldn't have known, but it just seemed like we were well off than most of our family, not just other people, but just our family. And so when my mom and dad split up, it felt like to me my dad like left us to continue the same type of lifestyle and life that we were used to living, because he left and he still had everything. At least again, that's what it looks like from our point of view. It looks like he still had everything. Like he still had a house, he still had a car, he was still had his job, making the same amount of money, if not more, still living like how we were living. As opposed to me, my mom, and my sister, y'all, we went through it, okay? When I think about like money now, not even money, but when I think about like, because I just know one day, if not soon, or just in general, like I'm going to be very well off in life. I don't think I'm going to be without or poor. I do think and just know that I'm going to be financially free, but also financially like stable. Like that's what I want for my life. That's what I'm chasing for. So I'm speaking into existence. I just know without a doubt, like I'm gonna be very like straight and well off, and do well for myself. But when I think about like, or I hear people talk about like having nothing and then now they have all this money and they're have stuff now and they're like in a different tax bracket, all this other stuff. I feel like some people kind of like switch up and change and act differently because they have money now and stuff. And then they start to treat the people who don't have money, the people who were once in their, or yeah, the people who look like what they once looked like and live and come from what they once come from, like they start acting different and treating them different. And I don't really like that because I feel like I know, because of what I've been through, I know what it's like to have money, and I also know what it's like to not have money. So I feel like I've lived the best of both worlds a little bit. And so I have a lot of respect for both sides of the spectrum because I've been through both sides. So like I know I'm gonna be well off, but I would never like change or act differently when I am, because I've had it before, so it's not gonna be anything new. And then it's like I also know what it's like to not have, so I'm not going to like forget that. That's one good thing that came out of this bad time. I know I'm about to go more into it, but that's just one little good thing still. But anywho, going back to what I was originally talking about, like we struggled quite a bit. For my dad and mom split up when I was in middle school, like seventh or eighth grade. So like high school, all 4 year of high school, like every year I lived in a different house in a different area. Wasn't even supposed to be going to the school that I went to, but anybody had to know that. But like all 4 years, literally lived in a different house every year, and none of one of the houses that we lived in we could call our own, like our own home. So grateful that we had a roof over our head, and that the people who helped us in those times were like open and allowed us into their space like that. But never did we have like we no longer had a home or a house that we can call our home ourselves for us. um we didn't have a car those 4 years, so all 4 of those years, like I struggled to find rides to and from school, or just in general, period. Like we used to have to like ask people, basically sometimes just beg. um I'm not gonna say beg, we never really begged that much, but just ask people for like rides everywhere. And it was just a struggle to get around or whatever, and to like do what we had to do. Like there was times where like I went to school and I was a cheerleader in school, but like, so typically I had to stay after school anyway, like for practice and stuff like that. But like there was times where I would stay at school till like 8 o'clock at night, you guys. School starts at, well, my high school started at 9 because we got out at 3. Typically high school starts at like 7, you get out at 2, but mine started later, but we got out later. But anywho, I would be at school from like 8:30, 9 o'clock to like 8 o'clock, 8:30, 9 o'clock at night, y'all. A whole 10, 12 hours at school, all because like I couldn't find a ride. Like we went through it. But as crazy as it sounds, thankful for those times, because like when the ropes switched, so when I went off to college and I got my first car, like um I remember like one of my closest friends, like they didn't have a car on campus yet. And so they used to have to get around, when you live on campus, like you gotta go off to get you some food and just do stuff sometimes off campus or whatever. So like my friends, they didn't have a car, but I did, and they used to ask me all the time like if I can get them a ride, or if they could. Yeah, they used to ask me if I could get them a ride all the time, and I used to always tell them yes, like without a doubt. Like you guys don't even have to ask me, let's go. Shoot, sometimes I would give them the keys to my car and say, do what you gotta do or whatever, and they used to try to like pay me for gas or like return the favor, and they used to tell me like they hate asking me, and I used to be like, don't feel bad, I really don't mind. And the reason I used to do that is just because like I know what it feels like to not have a rise. So any opportunity that I had to give back to somebody who was going through what I went through before, I was absolutely like, yes, go ahead. But yeah, like we were struggling, y'all, for like, that was all 4 years of high school, all 4 years of college. That's already 8 years. 2 years in middle school. 9, 10, almost about 10 years, y'all, that we went without a car, without a place of our own to call home. There was some nights where like we didn't eat, or I had to watch my mom like scrape up change, y'all, like change, pennies and dimes to just have enough to buy just me and my sister something to eat, not even herself. But again, not Ollie, but something like that when I was in college, like, or even now, but I don't really do it so much now. But when I was in college, like, because we had to do that, like, I now know how to be resourceful of my food, how to make food last. I know how to make $1 last, how to stretch $1 too, like change. Like, y'all, I can take a $5 bill and I can hold on to that same $5 bill for like 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks, if, probably a month, knowing me. I could take $10 and I know how to make $10. I know how to buy like 4 or 5 different things with $10, y'all. Like, we were struggling, but because of that, like, there's stuff that I was able to take from those hard times and find beauty in them. And today, or yeah, today again, in those moments, they were not so beautiful, and there was no beauty in those. But looking back at it, it's like you're thankful for those times, because had we not gone through those times, I wouldn't be who I am now. Like, had I not gone through not having anything, not to say that I would be ungrateful or anything, but I probably wouldn't have as much empathy for like people now, or I probably wouldn't feel so bad or be so willing to, or so yeah, be so willing or be so quick to like help other people. I would probably be like, oh well, that's like bad, unfortunate, but that's not my problem. And that's just not good character traits to have. So I just feel like that bad time, it built a lot of like good character traits, that not just me, not that I just have today, but like my mom has and my sister has. Like, we have a lot of good character traits, but it all comes from like those 10 years that we didn't have anything. So thankful for those times. Another really bad time that I feel like I've been through that has I found a lot of beauty in today was in college. I felt like I experienced like a time of like depression and anxiety. Well, I just experienced depression that left me with anxiety, unfortunately. But again, during that time, there was no beauty in anything. But looking out of it, there's a lot of beauty in it. I feel like when I went through that time of like depression, but what I can say I got out of that was how important like mental health is. I remember in high school I had a friend who had anxiety, and she used to tell me she had anxiety, but to me that didn't like, I didn't know what that was, and it didn't like register in my head because it wasn't something that like people talk about often or that you hear a lot about. And I remember she used to be someone who just would like always like question every single thing that she did. Like literally everything she would just be like so like self-conscious of, and always asking like and trying to find like reassurance and things like that. And me being a nice friend that I am, I always made sure that I did that, gave that to her. But I'm not gonna lie, it did get annoying. Like I'm laughing just because it's crazy, but it's not really funny. But it did get annoying sometimes where like I always kind of just felt like, dang girl, like you're fine. Why are you like over stressing something that nobody's even paying attention to or whatever? Um, so I didn't really understand it. I didn't really get it. It did really get annoying to me. Um, Ultimately, because of it, like we ended up not being friends anymore or whatever. But having now experienced like anxiety on my own and having a way better understanding of it, I have so much respect for not just her but people with anxiety in general, because I have so much of a better understanding of what she was going through or what she was dealing with during that time. And I wish I had more knowledge of it then so I can like be more um, helpful to her in that moment. But y'all, I don't wish anxiety on anybody. Like I understand now what she was going through. But the reason I say that I find beauty in going through those hard times is because, like I kind of mentioned early on, going back to like, or relating this back to like how I said I was feeling currently. Um, I used to be very like, not, well, yeah, I used to be very like to myself. I held all my feelings in, all of my emotions in. I didn't really talk to anybody about anything. And that is not healthy, you guys. The more you do that and the longer that you do that, eventually you're going to have a breaking point and you're going to break. And when you do break, who's to say what what that will look like? I don't imagine it to look pretty good at all. You're probably just gonna snap and go crazy and go off on people or just explode. And so that's not really healthy or good. But having gone through like certain mental health things like depression and anxiety myself, the brighter thing that I got out of it is like the attention that it brought to me about mental health. Um, After experiencing that, like I started journaling, you guys. I started to lean on um, like faith in God a lot more. And I'm very appreciative of that, because had I not had to go through that and not started to like acknowledge mental health more and take it more seriously and be more interested in it, I would not be able to be sitting here making videos and talking about my feelings and what I've been going through and stuff like that to share with like the world. I wouldn't be as vulnerable as I am now and currently like working and growing to become. And I'm actually very proud of that progress, because it's a lot better. It feels a lot better than holding stuff in. Now I feel like I be annoyed when I feel like I have to hold stuff in. Like I have the urge to like vent and talk to people, which is why I make these videos, because sometimes if I don't feel like I have anybody around in the moment to like speak to them, it's like, okay, I can just pull out my camera and just talk to the camera and imagine I'm talking to somebody else. I kind of tell myself I'm talking to people, because if you watching this, you listening to me, so I'm talking to whoever's listening. But it feels a lot better to like let stuff out than to hold it in, you know? So, yeah, just experiencing like depression and anxiety, it's made me like, it brought awareness to what mental health is now, and it's something now that I'm like somewhat kind of like very passionate about. I think take it very seriously. I think it's extremely important, and anytime I get the opportunity to talk to anybody about it, I do. When people be telling me about stuff that they go through, I definitely am like someone who's encouraging all these new techniques and stuff. Not new, but different just techniques and things that I find helps me with certain things. So like I said, I mentioned I started journaling. I use faith in God a lot. That helps me a lot. But I started working out more. Oh my God, that is actually how I started working out. Going through um, anxiety, depression led me to work out, which is a really good health benefit. And so yeah, it's just that dark time had just brought some like awareness to mental health, but it's a positive for me because it makes me more self-aware, and then it just become a passion for me, and it's something that like I I wouldn't say necessarily pursue, but part of me doing YouTube and like the message that I'm trying to like put out there and like what I'm trying to do to help people out there has a lot to do with mental health, I think. And so yeah, it's that going through that, the brighter side of it is like what I'm doing now or what I'm able to do now. Because had I not gone through that, I probably would still have no idea anything about mental health, and I probably would not care, to be honest. If I'm being completely honest with myself, I probably would not have a care in the world because I would be like, well, never happened to me, doesn't affect me, so why not paying attention, any attention? Um, and so going through that is a lot of why I am the person that I am today. That I'm able to like be more open, be more vulnerable, all this good stuff. So a lot of the reason why I'm proud of myself today is because of what came out of going through that den. And then the final like last thing I'm gonna finish on my mind. So to wrap it up, the last like big major thing that I would say like I would call a hard time was like recently, just like my career path, like quitting my first ever initial job that I got out of college, quitting that just because I was just feeling unappreciated, undervalued. I wasn't getting promoted, wasn't making more money, all the things that comes with working with corporate America, all the negative things that comes with working with corporate America. I experienced, and I just was not happy. And so from making that decision to leave that job to not really knowing what I wanted to do next. Like I thought I had a good idea of what I wanted to do next, and when I got another job after leaving my first job, that job I thought was what I wanted to do, or at least was going in the direction of what I thought it is that I wanted to do. But then having experience getting let go from that job to once I got let go, just having not a clue as to what I wanted to do or what was to come next. A lot of what I've been experiencing within like the last couple of months, just like being very like confused and lost and just not knowing what's next and not knowing what I want like career wise and things like that. I would consider it was like a bad time because it was just like I never felt so lost, and then I was also just so used to having a plan of my own that I've created and like sticking to that plan, to just like my plan not working out and then not having a plan. That was very emotionally draining for me, very confusing, and a really hard time. But and I'm actually still going through that now, but I'm not as it's not as bad to me now as it felt when I first started going through it. Reason being it's just because I've realized, or what's come out of that is that I've realized that I have been chasing after like just accomplishments and achievements, but not really having a real good enough reason as to why I'm chasing after those things. I realized that I am I hope you guys can't see my toes because they're not done. Hold on. Hold on. Alright. My toes ain't done. Okay. So, what was I saying? What I've learned or what I've taken out of like just that experience now is that I am a goal oriented type of person. So like I'm always gonna have some type of goal or something that I'm chasing after or something that I'm trying to accomplish. That's just the type of person I am. If I've accomplished everything that I've set out to do and I don't make a new goal or nothing else to like accomplish, I get like bored. I feel like I need to be doing something else. And so I'm always, just a goal oriented person. That's just like how I function. I have to like keep achieving stuff. But I realized that like I was doing that and trying to like achieve all these goals, but like it wasn't, I was doing it. I don't really know why I was doing it, to be honest, but I know it wasn't for good reasons. Like I realized that I found that like whenever I did achieve these goals and these accomplishments or things, like I was never really satisfied. I was never really happy. It was like, okay, I achieved it. What's next? What's the next thing to achieve? But I was never like fully satisfied or fully like happy with after achieving anything. Like I still felt like I needed to be doing more. And having losing my job and stuff and going through like just being lost or whatever and just having this like almost like free time to like self discover and like figure out what it is that I wanted to do next. I've learned that I value now, let me just say, well, go back a little bit. Achieving these goals, setting these goals for myself and accomplishing them, that was something that was extremely important to me before. It was extremely important to me, but yeah, it didn't make me happy. And I learned now that I haven't been having those things to like achieve at the moment, that I value now more my mental health, my peace, my sanity, my happiness, making experiences, my friends, my family, like all of the smaller things in life, which they're not really small, honestly. They're like the bigger things, but I guess when I was just looking at like my own goals and achievement of things, like those were the smaller things to me. But now it's like the roles have reversed. I realized that those things now are like extremely important to me. And having all of this like free time at the moment, but being able to like focus on those things now, I've learned that if I never find a job again, but somehow I was able to still financially be good and my bills are paid and I'm still able to do stuff, but I have like all of the smaller things that I just listed, I will genuinely be happy and fulfilled, and I think I will be okay. That stuff makes me way more happier than like my own self achievement, the things that I was having. And ultimately, I think that's the reason why, as career wise, that's probably the reason why like my career journey has went the way that it was, to get me to realize that like I was chasing accomplishments but not having a real reason for it. And now that I don't have those accomplishments to chase, and I was able to like have this time to focus on the other things, I realized that these things were way more important to me and that I could be more fulfilled and happy with these things. And ultimately, career wise, I just feel like it's gonna come to me, and without me having to like chase it or have a big goal. And so I don't know, that's the beauty that I find on that. I just found that like find more happiness and fulfillment in the smaller things, in the things that I don't have control over, that I'm not like, you gotta do this X, Y, and Z and so hard on myself about. But when I give myself like more grace and just let things be, I have more fulfillment, I'm more happier. And so that's what the brighter side of that worst time that I've been going through is, what I found so far. That's how I'm like ending off this year. Is finding that like I have more fulfillment and happiness in like the smaller things in life. I think that is like my lesson of the year. That is what I got out of 2023. Finding more happiness and fulfillment within the smaller things in life. Um, and y'all, it feels great. Like I feel like I'm living like a little, what do people call it? Soft girl era. Why can't I speak? Soft girl era is what the people say. Like, to me, the soft girl era is like not having so much control, just letting things flow, giving myself more grace, being more nicer and kinder to myself, and not putting so much pressure on myself, not like just being so hard on myself and having so much expectations for myself, not doing any of that, but rather just finding happiness and peace in the smaller things and just like relaxing, just going with the flow, just letting things happen. And again, just being more nicer to myself, more kinder to myself. I think that's why I'm so proud of myself today and why I feel so good about like where I am at now, because you know how people be saying like you can't love nobody else without you loving yourself or whatever. Like, not to say that I have never loved myself, but like I just been giving myself a lot more attention and appreciation and love and TLC, tender love and care. And it just made a huge difference in like me on the outside and me on the inside. And so it's like I'm more proud of myself because I was never doing these type of things for myself. I was beating myself up, and I just realized that like, why do I need to beat myself up when there's people already out there who be trying? Like, that's their job, is to try to tear me down, or make stuff harder for myself. And it's like, why I need to do all that? And there's people already out there who are assigned to do that. Like, that's their job. Why we fighting each other? When I can be more kinder to myself because there's not that many people out there who may be kind to me. So if nobody's kind to me, at least I'm kind to myself. Right? And so, yeah, that's what I've learned this year. Just to be more kinder and more peaceful, have more grace for myself. And it feels amazing. So if you're out there and anything that I've said sounds like you, or if you were anything like me, I say be more kinder to yourself. Have more grace for yourself. Love yourself more. Give yourself a lot more care. Um, like the stuff that you be doing for other people, the nice stuff you be doing for other people, and they don't be appreciating it, do for yourself. Take that same energy and just treat yourself. It's not selfish. I think I struggled with that when I first started doing this. I thought that like I was being selfish, but I think I said this before in another video, but I'm gonna say it again. To be selfish is to do for yourself without a care for other people, without any type of like, what's the word? Any type of acknowledgement or consideration for other people. There we go. That's being selfish. If you're just doing for yourself and you don't consider other people, you're selfish. But if you're doing for yourself so that you're able to consider or help other people, that is not being selfish. Because think about it, how are you going to be able to help somebody else or do for other people if you're not like physically able to do it, if you're not mentally able to do it, if you're not emotionally able to do it? Like, if you are neglecting the things that are supposed to make you able to like not even do for other people but do in general, you can't help. You can't do the things that you want to do. You can't help the people that you want to do. So it's almost like common sense. Like, you have to be able to like put yourself first and take care of yourself in order to like do anything else or take care of anybody else. And so honey, take care of yourself. Put yourself first. Love yourself. Be nicer to yourself. Have more grace for yourself. Get into this soft girl era. Because I love it here, okay? It's taken me 2 or 3 years to start this process to get here. It's taken me 27 years to realize all this stuff and get here. But baby, now that I'm finally here, I would say it's all worth it. I'm glad that I'm here. Cheers to that. That's my little 2 cents for this Wednesday. It's just to find the beauty in all of your bad times. Choose to look at like the positive side, the brighter side of things. It's I can't really put into words of like how important it is or how good it feels when you're doing those things. It's kind of just like I have to just say it and you just have to do it. And once you start doing it, like you're gonna be mind blown, okay? At like the difference that it makes. Cause I am mind blown at the difference that it makes. And so yeah, that's my little 2 cents of this week. I hope that you guys enjoyed chatting with me or listening to me chat. I hope that you were able to get something out of this video. I don't really know if everything came out as clear as like I'm thinking it in my head. But I hope that you got something out of this video. Something positive, not just anything, but something positive out of this video. And yeah, I enjoyed talking with you guys. As always, please like comment your thoughts, questions, opinions, whatever you gotta say, whatever comes to mind after watching this video in the comment section below, and let's chat about it. And yeah, my wine's gone, so I ain't got nothing else to talk about because I don't got nothing else to drink. So I'm gonna go ahead and end this video here. And again, thank you guys for tuning in to this week's Wine Down Wednesday, and I